Oh, yeah, pipe smokers. Yep. This is the Paul Gilson YouTube show, and I am Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy. And we've got a really good show for you tonight. For you guys that want to learn, that we're going to have a smoke together, but we're going to talk about blending and stuff like that a little bit more. Um, and some other things, yeah. So grab your favorite pipe, grab your favorite blend, and grab your favorite beverage. And let's smoke something together. Let's start something on fire. It's the 16th of January, 2025 already. Yeah. Okay, so as far as mail, Mark Denon bought a pipe for me. My good friend Mark Denon. Out of California, and he bought twin pipes. These are what the heck are they? Sterling Hall. They're made by Sterling Hall. I haven't fully redeemed my pipe yet and polished it up, and I haven't done the stem, but he actually gifted this to me. Thank you so much. It's got a beautiful sterling silver band on it. It's deghosted. I just got to put it on the wheel. And it smokes great. And so I got a letter from him today. I actually did the twin to this pipe. Totally deghosted it, put it through the Gilson process, yeah. And I mailed it back to him, and he's like, oh, I got to send you money for postage. I was like, dude, you bought me a pipe. So I got his letter today. Yeah, it had some money in it for shipping his pipe back. And he says, thanks, pipe guy. The pipe looks like new. Of course it does. I don't mess around. I'm a perfectionist. When I get back from Florida, let's have a smoke, Mark. So thank you, Mark, for the extra shipping money. I wish you didn't do that, but it's all good, you know. So I've been smoking some heavy Latakia blends, and it's just been kicking my butt. I'm Latakia'd out, so I'm going to my favorite go-to blend, which is Ribbon Cut. It's Scotty's Butternut Burley. I just bought a couple of pounds of this, so it's about a month old. And in that, we're going to be smoking it in my Shell Carolina Briar pipe. This pipe smokes great. Every time I smoke this pipe, I think of Carolina Rose. Isn't it Carolina Rose? I think it's Carolina Rose, yeah. So let's start something on fire, all right? Yeah. Scotty's Butternut Burley is just my blend that when I'm Latakia'd out, I just love to go to that and smoke a bowl of that. Mm. That Rever plug last night, man, kicked my butt. If you could still find Scotty's Butternut Burley, just buy it. It's got kind of a sweet flavor to it. I think it's Virginia's and Burley. It's got kind of a sweet flavor to it. Very nice room note. Very mild. Very cool smoke. Oh, yeah. So it's Wednesday. We're more than halfway through the week. I just have to work Thursday and Friday, and then I got the weekend off. Yeah, thank the Lord. So somebody in the video I did last night, I mentioned that people are surprised when I tell them I'm 60 years old. And it's actually true. A lot of people think I'm in my late 40s, maybe early 50s. I mean, my hair's not falling out. My teeth aren't falling out. My hair's not gray. And some wise guy was like, "Are you kidding me? My wife, when she heard that, thought you were 65. Come on. Look at this face." I might have gained a little bit of weight here in the fall and winter, and that does make me look a little bit older, but come on. 65. And he was busting my chops in a comment, so I eliminated him. So if you're watching, you know who you are. You can't make any more comments on my YouTube channel. Not that I really cared that he said it. It was just, I thought it was kind of rude. If I look my age, I look my age. I'm not trying to be 30 years old again, but I don't look 65. Are you kidding me? So, we've got our second round on this Cornell and Diehl Cyprian Latakia. I came home. It's about 60% rehydrated now. So in last night's video, I showed you how I fill it up a little, put the rehydration buttons in, fill it up a little more, put the rehydration buttons in. And so I have, this is round 2. I think it'll probably be our final round of rehydrating this. I don't want to get too much moisture content in there. So it was about 60, maybe 70% of where I want it. And those hydration buttons were dried out. This Latakia, the Cyprian Latakia, I had 19 buttons in there. It sucked all that water right out of them. So we're gonna, I've got some, I've got some Cornell and Diehl Bright Virginia here, and I've got that rehydrating in here. That is really crinkly dry. I mean, it's old. It's back from 2001, I think, something like that. Well, I can tell you. Let's see. Yeah, 2021 is when that's from, and it's if I crush this bag, it'd be like crushing a bag of potato chips. So we're going to let that rehydrate. And so the blend I'm going to make is going to be a medium-bodied, a little heavier on the medium side. Not quite strong, but a staunch medium. And basically it's going to be an English blend is what I'm going to blend. And I have all Cornell and Diehl tobacco here, all pure, unadulterated. There's no toppings on any of it. So what I'm going to do, I've already decided what I'm going to make for in the blend. I'm going to use 30% Cyprian Latakia. I'm going to use 40% of this Bright, Virginia. I'm going to use 20% Cornell and Dill Oriental and 10% Perique. And basically, that should give me, that's a 12-ounce jar? Yeah. I can't remember. 8 ounces or 12 ounces, I can't remember. But this jar right here will hold 50 grams of tobacco. Loose leaf ribbon cut, all right? 50 grams of tobacco, which is 1.76 ounces, which is equivalent to a tin of tobacco. So I'm going to make it a small batch. But if you're going to be blending your tobacco, make sure that you write down the recipe. If you don't write down the recipe, just like I called out to you, I just told you the recipe. You might make something that you love, and then you won't remember it. So what I have is a blending Bible, I call it. This blend will be called RPG 1964 blend. But I'm going to have it written down. And I'm going to have a label on it here. I ordered a couple of things tonight that are real cool that I want to tell you about. So anyways, cheers. It's so good to be home. Cheers and happy Wednesday. So I bought a couple of books. I did a bunch of research before spending my money. And I wanted to look at a book on blending tobacco. There's one author. He has like a first book out and a second book out. I can't remember his name. I think his last name is Goff, something like that. I don't know. It's on Amazon. So his first one had 52 or 54 recipes and talked about blending and so forth. That was rated like 4 stars out of 5. His second book that he just came out with is like rated 4.3 stars out of 5. And the only guy that dragged it down, and it's basically blending your own tobacco, 90 different recipes. It shows you how to stove tobacco. It shows you how to grow and process Latakia, how to make Latakia. And the thing that I read through all of it, and everyone loved it, except one guy only gave it 1 star. That's what brought it down. And he said, 43 out of 90 of these recipes are Latakia blends. I hate Latakia. Latakia is like the devil's armpit. And I was like, okay, this is my book. So I ordered that book. And that'll be in a couple, 2-3 days. And then I ordered another book, which was extremely expensive. If you want I don't know if this book is in print or not, but I could only find it used. And it was one of the few books that I could find that was extremely well rated on growing your own tobacco and processing it, drying it, turning it into pipe tobacco, turning it into cigar or cigarette tobacco. And it only came in hardcover. And geez, Amazon wanted like $54 for a used copy. I found one on eBay for $35 plus $7 shipping. So it's like, you know what? This is interesting. I'm buying it. And I've actually grown my own tobacco before, years ago. I ordered tobacco seeds, and I sprouted them, and then I transplanted them into my garden. And I'm telling you, some of these tobacco plants will grow 10 foot high. These things were in front of my house in my front flower bed, 10 foot high. They had leaves that were that big. They were huge. And then all of a sudden I'm like, what are all these black spots on the bottoms of the leaves? It's like, are they tobacco seeds? Well, I had some rose bushes in there too, and they had aphids. So the aphids jumped right on to my tobacco plants. There was no way to save them. They had stalks that big around. And gorgeous, beautiful ornamental plants. So this spring, I've got a 16 by 32 foot garden. I'm going to grow my own tobacco. I'm going to dry it. I'm going to process it. I'm going to make my own blends out of my own tobacco that I grow. A lot of these tobacco companies, especially the cigarette tobacco companies, they will spray the tobacco with what's called a systemic insecticide. Really, the only thing that loves to eat tobacco is aphids. And aphids and ants have a relationship. The ants will bring the aphids into their nests when it gets too cold out, and then they return them out. And in turn, the aphids do something like lay eggs or something that the ants love to eat. I don't know, I can't remember, but so that's what I'm going to be doing. This time I'm going to have the manual. I could look all this stuff up online and find 20 different websites with all the information that's all condensed into one book. I'd rather just have the book. So that's what Paul the Pipe Guy's going to grow in his garden this year. Oh yeah, I'll dry that tobacco out. And actually what I did is I actually took these leaves once they had the aphids on it. I went to this farm store where I know the lady. She's like, spray this soap solution on it and it'll kill the aphids. It's like putting a cellophane mask over them and they can't breathe, they die. And then just take a cloth with soapy water and wipe them off. And I did that, and I was able to get most of them off, but I hung the tobacco. This was probably 15 years ago. I had no clue what I was doing. But this year we're going to do it. It's going to be successful. And yeah, I'll keep you posted on how that goes. You know, I actually ordered the tobacco seeds. The tobacco seeds are really about as small as a grain of salt. And so you sprinkle them around, and then when they start popping up, you take the biggest ones and you transplant them out into your garden. And they grow. I'll tell you what, they grow, and they grow fast too, dude. These things, they were higher than the gutters on my house. And I had a ranch at the time. Big, beautiful leaves. Well, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. That's what we got going on. Yeah. And tomorrow, my good friend Ben Smith from Redeemed Pipes, he's sending me, I should get this order in tomorrow. He's sending me over 40 pipes to clean and restore, deghost, polish the stems all up, the Gilson treatment. So I may, for tomorrow, do yet another box opening and just show you all the pipes he sent me. I don't know. How many of you guys want to see all 40 some pipes that he sent me? I can't wait to get them in. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. God bless you all. Going to make myself some dinner and relax. Over and out.